Hello, Mary. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. First off, happy holidays, happy New Year's. How's everything going?
Everything's good. So far, so good.
That's great. First off, thank you for coming back here on the podcast, and thank you for staying in touch. As you can see, your first interview has done really great. It's got a lot of good feedback from all the fans, especially within the TP members area. Everyone's just loving it. It's really nice to kind of see something outside of the member section of a model that has shot for us. So I think everyone has really loved that aspect. And of course, just the fact that I always talk about it, the fact that, you shot for us while you were in college at UST, University of Santo Tomas, and you ended up finding a great Canadian guy that brought you to Canada, and now you've been working for a couple years now as a registered nurse in Canada. So, I mean, just a great story. I swear to God, I love the story, and um, everyone is really interested in your life story, to be honest. So, yeah. So, how was your holiday season?
Holiday season. So Christmas Day, I was working as usual because as like right now, COVID's starting to hit again. So Christmas Day I was working. Same thing on the New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, I spent the night at the hospital because a lot of my coworkers are getting sick too. So they need help. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's pretty interesting that you brought that up, and I know even out here in the states, there's always been a shortage of nurses, and Filipinos being pretty smart. That's what they did was they took advantage of that, and they know that it pays well. So I want to say that might be one reason why there's so many Filipino nurses. Because there's a lot, and it's not even only here in the states. Of course, you're in Canada, but for hell, Canada, U.S. Very very similar in many many ways, many aspects. Um, but yeah, that's it's pretty cool that you're a nurse. And so how's work been going? How's just life?
Work, it's been busy. Like I said, they've been calling me to go to work because, like shortage of nurses and stuff. And I mean, life is good, I'm right here in Canada, it's really freezing, like
Oh, I
freezing,
bet.
and I'm not used to this kind of weather.
It doesn't matter how long you've been there, huh? It's really hard to get used to.
Yes, it's really hard to get used to. It's like, I mean, I'm from the Philippines, and I this kind of weather is not, the type of weather we have in the Philippines.
Oh
It's
yeah.
really cold, like really, really cold.
Oh yeah. Even I'm sure even in Baguio, they all say it's really cold out there, but nope, it ain't nothing unless you come to like a lot of parts of Canada and hell, even in Northern California, even San Francisco. It's something else. It really hurts you to the bones with how cold it is. I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
So yeah, one of the reasons why I asked you if you could come back here on the podcast, for one, is just everyone's loving your first interview, as I've said just minutes ago. But also, you mentioned that there was some kind of special from GMA7. Um, what's the name? Atom. Gosh.
Atomarallo,
Yeah.
Atomarallo, something like
So
that. Yeah.
yeah, so you emailed me. You said, "Hey, you should check this out." There's this special about Salome Salve, who was here on the podcast, and she was featured on TrikePatrol.com twice. And you said, "Well, you might want to check this out." And I said, "Well, why not? Salome Salve has become a good friend, and it would be pretty interesting to see what's going on." And I tried to understand everything, but it was. I mean, I can speak Tagalog. I can hold a conversation, but the Tagalog they were using was pretty deep, as they say, malalim na
Hmm.
Tagalog, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure you understood everything, but it was kind of interesting when how they brought up Trike Patrol. If I understand right, Salome was reading some nasty messages that she gets online, and somebody said, "I want to taste you," like Trike Patrol did, and I
Yeah.
think that the video was made at your home, something like that. But Here's my thoughts. I feel like the producers at GMA made sure to mention Trike Patrol. It's no darn secret who Trike Patrol is. And when it comes to Filipino content, we've been the leaders for 17 years now. And I'm sure they would have loved to talk to TrikePatrol.com for that special, because they reached out to so many folks. They reached out to content creators. They reached out to it seems like some chatters, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, because you're pretty much telling everyone that in the Philippines there's some shady kind of business where people are pretending to be others, right? And they're pretty much catfishing or whatever, or they're and the fact that they said that they target lonely Americans. Well, here's the thing. Here's my thoughts on that. Yeah, the U.S. is a great region to target in any industry. Great traffic, converts. But, there's a lot of lonely people all over the world. I'll tell you that much. And it's not just Americans. It's just the fact that Americans will convert into money. So that's my thoughts on that. I just thought that wasn't the best thing I heard about on that documentary, because it's not just Americans, folks. If even in other, I'm not going to even say any other countries, but if you did the same exact thing to other countries and you gave individuals the chance to talk to somebody if they're lonely, and if they had the money, they would spend it. So that's just my thoughts on that. So, is there anything you watched yourself that you found interesting as well?
No, I mean, I was just watching it and I think about, Trike Patrol. So I was like, let me see if I can email him, or, like, because we've been in contact. So I mean, I was like, let me see if he wants to watch it or if he saw it already. So I just like, I
Yeah,
just
because the
want to
thing
like,
is, I don't really keep up with with GMA, or GMA is one of the main channels in the Philippines, correct?
yes, it
Is that
is GMA.
GMA
Yes,
7 or something?
GMA 7. Yes, it's one of the main what do you call that,
Channels.
channels in the
And then
Philippines.
so there's GMA 7, and there's so
ABS,
ABS-C, is that channel
CBN.
2?
I think so. I think that's channel 2.
Gotcha. So I mean, so how big is this documentary series of Atom Aralu?
I mean, he's pretty big, I mean, he has like a series like every Sunday, so he is a pretty big guy. I mean everybody watch him, he's like one of the most famous um
Newscasters or something?
anchor or newscaster, yeah.
Yeah, I really wish I kept up with what's going on in the Philippines, but again, it's been so long since I've been back, and I'm busy concentrating on Trike Patrol and our own content. I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, but it was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed watching Salome come out, and she's her story is so unique. It is due to the fact that you went to UST, which I want to say is a pretty big university, correct?
Yes, it is.
And now UST is in it's in Manila,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in Sampaloc.
Sampaloc.
Sampaloc. Sampaloc is also the Tagalog of tamarind, correct?
It is, yes.
Gotcha. So I think Sampaloc is near it's in Manila, but is it near Quezon City, or well, I think Quezon City and Manila are right next to each other, right? Because you
Right
got
next to
Metro
each other.
Manila, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess when you could be from, let's say, Mandaluyong, Las Piñas, and pretty much if you're in the province and you say you're going to Manila, you're gonna, I mean, anywhere in Metro Manila, you're just gonna say Manila, right? But
Right.
really, there's Metro Manila, there's actual Manila, there's Quezon City,
Quezon
and
City.
then
Yes.
within Quezon City, there's gonna be places like La Loma,
Mm-hmm.
Camachile, Balintawak. Uh,
Right.
if if I'm because I went to school out of Manila, to be honest, but I
Oh,
didn't
you did?
really. Oh yeah, yeah. Long story short, I pretty much just went out there for some school,
Mm-hmm.
and had a shitload of fun. I'll tell you that. It's so. I want to ask, how can you compare your experiences during the holiday season out here in Northern America, or for argument's sake, in Canada? How can you compare it to the holiday season in the Philippines?
Over here, it's like, like I mentioned, me and my husband went to his side. It was just like a regular thing, but in
Just
the
kick back
Philippines,
and just
yeah, just
maybe
kick
some
back, just
cheese platter and some
watch.
wine and
Yes. Yep,
I
exactly.
trust
That's
I
what it
know.
is.
And that it's a time to relax, I guess. And just be with your loved ones, I guess. And of course, you're not gonna have out here in America, an American household freaking buying a whole lechon, right? I mean,
Hmm.
hey, but if a charcuterie platter, like if you could buy some nice cheeses, some nice prosciutto, some nice olives, shit's really good. I'll tell you that much. Have you ever been able? I mean, have you tried any of that good stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean, at first I didn't like it. Cheese is not my thing. But then, like, my
Uh,
husband was like, "Well, you should try it." And so when I tried it, I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is good." It's cheese and it goes with wine, any kind of wine. Red wine, white
oh
wine,
yeah.
any kind of wine. So it was
Now,
good.
now I'm pretty sure you grew up on Eden cheese, right?
Yes, eating cheese is my thing.
Yeah. So out of all, like, I'm just curious. I really like to hear when Filipinos migrate to the U.S. and just their experiences. So out of like all the cheeses, because I swear to God, out here we have like a Trader Joe's, or we have a lot of nice higher end stores. Now you could buy. There's 100 different cheeses, right? So
Yes.
what kind of cheese have you tried that you really liked?
Brie. I like
Oh, brie.
brie
Okay,
with
nice
yeah, I
creamy
like
brie.
brie with honey on top.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you know that kind of cheese.
Yeah, my
'Cause-
husband's the one who he's the one who mentioned about it, and I said, "Okay, let me just try it." Like I said, I'm not a big fan of cheese. I mean, eating cheese, Filipino cheese is the only cheese that I've eaten, but brie is it's a good one, I like it.
Yeah, you can spend top dollar on some cheeses out here. I'll tell you that much too. And
Yes.
some nice Italian cuts. There's I don't know if you ever had like thinly sliced prosciutto. The reason why prosciutto is thinly sliced, because first of all, it's so damn expensive. It's so strong, so salty. You don't need a thick slice of prosciutto. I don't know if you guys do that out in Canada, but I'm pretty sure it's more big on the East Coast. There's Copa. There's so many great things out here. But I'm sure you miss Filipino food, right?
Oh yes, I miss Filipino food, and I miss, I was born there, so I'm like used to having, like in the Philippines, if it's like a holiday like Christmas Day, New Year's Day, it's more fun in the Philippines. Everybody's outside, everybody's, like gathering and
Oh yeah, I totally see what you're saying, because life out here in the States, or I'm sure even Canada, people tend to keep to themselves a little more.
exactly.
Um, in
Yes.
the Philippines, I've experienced a holiday in the province, and I swear to God, there's just fireworks going off everywhere.
Yes,
Everyone's just damn happy.
uh-huh, and I miss those, you go outside, there's fireworks everywhere, everybody's like happy and Merry Christmas, there's a lot of kids that be singing, caroling stuff.
Oh, I've
It's
talked about
fun.
that. Yeah, the caroling and all that. It's like sometimes though, because I know in the Philippines they'll start preparing for Christmas on September 1st, 100 days
September.
before, and it's
Yes.
like on September 1st you already got these kids caroling in front of your house, and it's like, God
Yes.
damn it, it's a little too early, kids. So give them money so they'll go away.
Yes, yes. But
But
I
I'll
mean,
tell you
it's
this.
it's more fun in the Philippines. Holidays like Christmas and New Year's, it's more fun in the Philippines than over here. Over here, you just kind of stay in your house or go to a friend's house, but it's not the same as in the Philippines.
Well, I guess it really depends on your situation in life. If your family's all out here, then I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be a little better to stay out here. If you
Mhm.
left a lot of family in the Philippines, it would be nice to go out there for the holidays. But it's like Jesus Christ. I know I was talking about this months ago, earlier this 2022, with like Astro Domina,
Mhm.
about airfares. it's like if you took the chance, because the thing is they had the so many requirements, and I don't know about now if you still got to show a negative COVID result of a test, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
but there was times where early 2022 where you could buy tickets for like 500-600, but you just didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
They could cut off travel. I know starting in a couple days they're going to start requiring all travelers from China to provide a negative test.
Mhm.
So not to get into that because I mean I I don't personally know what to think of COVID anymore. All I can hope is that everyone stays safe and healthy,
Yeah.
and enjoy life. It's a new year. Honestly, I think this is going to be a great interview for everyone to enjoy to start off this new year, and it's always nice to hear from you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for, always, you know,
Responding to your emails.
yes.
I feel like
I
sometimes you're
mean,
bored at work or something.
well, sometimes, yeah, but when I'm on my break, I always check my email and see what's there. But then, thank you for always, emailing me.
And it's really cool that your husband allows you to speak to. I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure a
mean,
lot of.
I already talked to him about it, so and then he said it's fine, it's just a phone call and stuff like that, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay with him.
Now is he a fan of Trike Patrol? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was on the site, so yes, he is a big fan.
Well, let me tell you this: if he has yet to sign up at TrikePatrol.com, send me over his email and I'll get him a membership, a 1 year membership, or hell, I don't care, whatever he wants. For being so supportive, allowing you to come here on the podcast, and I just can't wait to release this to everyone. It's always nice to hear from you, and just a great story, great story.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope you're having a nice new year. I hope you had a good time with your family and your friends on holidays.
Oh yeah, here at TrikePatrol.com, it's all nothing but fun. I'll tell you that much. Now, uh, please don't take this the wrong way. Would you ever be interested in shooting for us again?
Ooh, but I don't know. I mean,
Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. Please, I'm
yeah,
messing with you. I'm messing with you. But
I know, I know.
it'd be pretty cool. I mean, if ever you're interested, I mean, we can make it happen.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I mean,
Like I said, I'm a full-time nurse, and I don't really have time to do all that stuff now. So,
yeah, I totally understand. Well, again, send over your hubby's email, and we'll get him a free login, a free
oh yeah,
membership at
sure, yeah,
TrikePatrol.com. Show our
yeah.
appreciation for allowing you to come on the podcast multiple times, and just to keep in contact. It's been pretty cool. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'll email you his address so you
All
can
right.
get free
Well,
stuff.
yeah. Well, if you find them, missing for a couple hours each day, don't
I
blame me.
know
I'll tell
where
you that
he's at.
much.
Oh no, I'll
Yeah.
email you right away and call you and be like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Take away that membership. Well, anyways, I wish you the best. Again, I hope your holidays were great, and I look forward to talking to you in the future.
Yep. Thank you so much. You too.
All right. Take care now.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.